Hi everyone, welcome to Jingles for Kids channel. Today we're going to read this book called Wallace and Grace and the Mystery Egg. Chapter 1, 5 Eggs. Wings up, wings out, wings down, Grace called. Wallace and Grace were playing copy dance. It was Wallace's turn to follow what Grace did. He tried to do 3 dance moves in a row. Up, out, oh no, what came next? Wings down, said Grace. Wallace followed. Copy me now, Wallace said. He did the twist. Grace started to twist when, whoosh, Rafa the robin flew in. Stop the music! Stop the dancing! Rafa called. What's wrong? Grace stopped dancing. Wallace turned off the music. Rafa was upset. My wife, Rita, is sitting on an egg. Wallace scratched his head. And this wasn't odd. Birds sat on eggs every spring. That's how their babies hatched. It's not her egg. We don't know where it came from. It's a mystery egg, cried Rafa. Eoy, a mystery egg. Wallace was excited. Wallace loved to solve mysteries. So did Grace. Wallace and Grace were detectives. They were partners in the Night Owl Detective Agency. They always found out who done it. We need to see this egg. Grace looked outside. It was raining. She grabbed an umbrella. Wallace put on his rain hat and his detective backpack. He and Grace flew off with Rafa. It was the early morning and the animals in the great woods were starting to wake up. Not Wallace and Grace. I'll stay up at night and go to sleep when the sun comes up. But today Wallace and Grace had work to do. They landed next to Rafa and Rita's nest. Wallace and Grace saw 5 eggs. 4 eggs were blue. 1 egg was white. Robin eggs have blue shells. The white egg is not mine. Rita shook her head, upset. Wallace opened his detective notebook and he wrote, 4 blue eggs, Rita. 1 white egg, ? A good detective lists all the details. Tell us everything that happened, Wallace said to the robins. Start at the beginning. I laid 4 eggs last week, said Rita. Only 4. Then I sat on them to keep them safe and warm. That's called incubating, Grace told Wallace. She was full of facts. Did you ever leave your nest? Asked Grace. She was also full of questions, which made her a great detective. I always take a break, said Rita, to find earthworms for dinner. Wallace licked his beak. He was hungry for a juicy earthworm. Rita went on. Last night I left to find earthworms. When the sky grew dark, I flew back and I sat down without counting my eggs. Then I went to sleep. In the morning, I stood up and there were 5 blue eggs. Not 4, said Rafa. Someone put an extra egg in our nest. Wait, did you say 5 blue eggs? Grace looked again at the nest. I see 4 blue eggs and 1 white mystery egg. Oh, yes, said Rafa. I forgot to tell you the strangest part. The mystery egg was blue, but only at first. What do you mean? Asked Grace. It started to rain and the eggs got wet, said Rita. The blue color dripped off the mystery egg. Not only was it not one of my eggs, it was really a white egg. Wallace made that sound when he was thinking. Someone painted it blue. The egg must have been placed in the nest when Rita was away. Where were you then? Grace asked Rafa. I was talking to the woodpecker over there. He pointed to a faraway tree. I didn't see how the mystery egg got in the nest. There is a baby bird inside this egg, Rita told the detectives. Please find its mama. Wallace and Grace had a quick partner talk. Should they take the case? Yes, I'll care for this egg just like my own, Rita said. Promise me you'll solve the case before it hatches. Sure, when is that? Asked Wallace. Tomorrow morning, said Rita. Tomorrow? Cried Wallace and Grace. They'd have to work fast. That's the end of chapter 1. Check out my video for chapter 2 as we continue the story. Or click the link in the description.